Tomorrow is Sunday. It is later than I would like to admit. It hasn't been particularly warm today. It's been a rough day. For instance, I made a call on, not a literal phone call, but calling the shots about leaving the art up in the sanctuary. It's ironic that my friend Jan passed away on the same day as Queen Elizabeth. Her memorial service is going to be on, I believe, 18th. But the paintings in the sanctuary are really nice, gentle pastels. I should take some pictures of those next time I'm in the building. They're actually very pretty. And the ones that aren't pastels are still really, really gentle on eyes. And very much in line with her personality. She was a pianist. So I said, listen, unless we have requests to take them down, let's just leave them up. I think she would have liked that. And I had, it's been a long day. I picked up somebody who needed a ride, and made sure they got home safely. Drove them back myself. There was a lot going on at church today. I worked the camera. I'm not supposed to do that. It's rough on my shoulders. Did it anyway. I did some grocery shopping afterwards. I meant to run by the library and drop some things off. Didn't get that done. That's okay. I'll do it tomorrow after I get my kids to school. Didn't get any editing done. Meant to. Didn't do it. Now instead, Dad and I started making sure that we knew what all was in the liquor cabinet, which is really more of a shelf and a half. Combining a couple of butter shots bottles, a couple of vodka bottles. Personally, I can't drink vodka. Vodka is something that really, really messes with my depression. It's not good for me to have that. But in the process of trying to make sure these bottles were either emptied or combined with like substances, for instance, you don't need to have full bottles of peppermint schnapps. It doesn't take a rocket genius. Rocket genius, of course. Rocket scientist. I'm purposefully being annoying. But at this point, I'm drinking some water. Granted, this is slightly reheated, but I really only picked at it earlier. But my dad smoked brisket today with the brand new smoker that he had me pick up from the sporting goods store the other day. And it did not turn out his top-notch best work. Absolutely not. But what it did turn out was fairly decent brisket. When your failures turn out pretty decent, it's a pretty good sign that you're becoming quite skilled in what it is that you're trying to do. I'm having a slice of sourdough bread with a decent amount of butter and some sour cream and cheddar chips. Crisps. I don't know. It's like the Target brand of Ruffles. My dad and I talked very loudly for a good deal of time this evening. Mostly because, he has hearing loss. It's important to remember that. Sometimes when folks who have hearing loss are a little bit less inhibited, their voice goes just way up volume-wise. I'm going to watch some YouTube. I'm going to watch some Huggies, how it's actually made, which is a rude and offensive version of how it's made. And I'm going to try to relax. I really enjoy this series. It makes me giggle and smile, and I could be doing more of that right now. There we go. Who needs Pokemon Smash or Pass? Okay, I gotta admit, roasting every state welcome sign sounds funny. But for me, it's gonna be how it's actually made. I did try to record a little bit earlier while I was walking into Target just before 1 p.m. And unfortunately, I apparently failed to make a connection between my thumb and the record button, but I did try. Okay, I fell asleep for a little bit watching Huggies, as I guess, when I put it on TV, my TV, I think I hit the playlist, the how it's actually made playlist, and they just kept coming one after the other, so oops. It's weird. I do feel a little more rested now, and I don't have a whole lot going on tomorrow, so that helps. But I do still need to get up early and get my kids to school, so having a nap was probably a good idea, even if it was just a little one. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go crash. Okay, it just occurred to me to go ahead and record. So I got my kids to school. No big deal. And I made a phone call to, one of the school district people over a paperwork snafu we're having, confirmed that everything's fine. And now I'm in the church pantry because for some reason they thought it was a good idea to give me keys. I've had keys for years. Anyway, I am in the room where we keep the kind of stuff that we put in the, well, it's a box. It used to be a little free library, but now it's a little free pantry. And I'm putting together a bag to go and restock it because I stocked it yesterday and now almost all the stuff is gone. So the shelves are a little bit bare right now. Luckily, Bruce doesn't like these. We had a big box of them, so they were not getting eaten. So I ordered him the chicken kind instead, and he was happy to let go of these because nobody else in the house wanted them either. We may need to start unloading some boxes here soon. We've got like a lot of cans, but not a lot of things to do with the stuff in the cans. And then this is mostly baby food. This got picked up from a Buy Nothing group in the Austin area. So I've got some of that in this bag that I'm going to go put in the pantry. A little bit of baby food, noodles, canned fruit, macaroni and cheese, toothbrushes, feminine supplies. I personally would like to see them stock some toilet paper there too, because, well, if you're having trouble paying for food, you're probably going to have trouble with a lot of things. But I did grab some little tea bags out of this box of chai tea and some little sweeteners. I'm going to go put those in there as well. So this is the kind of goody two-shoes baloney that I get up to when nobody is looking. After this, I'm going to go drop some books at the library and go grab some things at the grocery store for my own family. Because, thankfully, we're not in such a position that we have to shop out of this box. But I'm almost out of oat milk, and I'm not having that. This is the box. I have just a few minutes to eat between making dinner for my family and running out to go to my son's open house at the school to meet teachers and have my oldest talk to a teacher he had last year who seemed genuinely concerned about how he was doing. So here's dinner, right? I'm gonna chug this diet citrus tea. This is Mexican rice. I don't know what makes it Mexican. It has Southwest seasonings. It's got some peas in it for some reason. This is a different variety of frijoles or refried pinto beans. It can also be done with black beans. This is soupier than I'm used to, so I'm hoping that the texture will bother my throat less, but I find that stirring them up, they're generally served together, and I guess a rice and a bean are like peas and carrots, where it's got both halves of whole protein. It's complicated. This is quesadilla. 2 tortillas. There's cheese melted in the middle. It's like a cheese toasty without the butter. And I've put chicken fajita meat in this one, although some of my family members have had beef fajita meat in theirs. It's a matter of preference. Had I done it as fajitas, they would be taco shaped and with probably lots of sauteed peppers and onions. I'm gonna scarf this, maybe catch like 5 minutes of my Game of Thrones rewatch that I just started today, and it's back out the door. I have a scar over my right knee from where I got into a argument with a circular saw a very long time ago at age 19. Very long time ago. And it has been bothering me, and I have been limping around on it like it doesn't hurt. And now my whole leg, hip to ankle, is bugging the living daylights out of me. So I have a knee brace and an ankle brace on. It has not been my most spectacular of days.
Boeing 737. I'm 7 airplanes.
737. 747?
Oh, it's almost 737.
Okay, so we survived.
Oh no, 737s are a plane that decide they want to be a car whilst in mid-flight.
What?
737s. They're a plane that decides they want to be a car in mid-flight.
We survived open house at the middle school. We stopped for a little treat because these guys cooperated. I also deserve a treat for my whole day, week, month, the way my stuff is going. So that's
Your life.
My what?
Your life.
Yeah, I deserve a treat for my whole life. Have you seen my life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I deserve a treat for everything that I put up with. It's called Mother's Day. Hello, you wanted to come around over here? I don't think so, my dude. I'm just... Oh, buddy, your gas cap is open. Hi, your gas cap. Okay. Oh, man.
At least he knows.
You probably pulled up on the wrong side, opened it, and was like, wait a minute. Some people, or the gas tank wasn't, or the pump wasn't working. But, man, if you get on the road with a gas cap off, oh, that can be so damaging to your vehicle. Okay, so yeah, I got a Coke Zero Cherry. So it's like a cherry Coke, but it's 0 calorie. And to make up for its lack of calories, I got, this is super redneck, by the way. This is a moon pie. It's strawberry flavored. I'm familiar with vanilla, chocolate, and banana flavor. I think I've also had caramel flavored one, but not strawberry. This is why I'm not losing weight. I blame down the butter on my sandwiches these days, but no, it's the junk food. Oh, this is a big one. Yeah, smells like bologna.
Smells like redneck. Can you even smell it from over there? I got Dippin' Dots. And an apple sandwich.
Are your Dippin' Dots everything you hoped for?
Kinda. You're okay. If I warmed them up a little bit, they'd be like soft serve.
The whole point is that they're like little pebbles.
They were originally invented as cow feed.
No.
Yeah. Yep, the inventor originally wanted to make a more compact cow feed. So they freeze-dried, or not freeze-dried, they
froze?
Yeah, they used liquid nitrogen on it to freeze it into these little tiny pebbles. But then they wanted to try ice cream while they were bored, and Dippin' Dots.
You're serious?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I've got some reading to do.
We saw a video in school.
You know how Abraham Lincoln said, don't believe everything you read on the internet?
Excuse me, what?
You never seen that meme, don't believe everything you read on the internet, Abraham Lincoln? Yeah, just remember you can't believe everything you are taught in school, unfortunately. They used to teach kids that if you went more than 60 miles an hour, you would, or a mile a minute, you would get brain damage.
Hey, how fast are we going?
62.
You're gonna hurt our brain.
No, we get on the toll road and we do 80 regularly.
Why is that car rapidly approaching?
He wants to climb in the back. He's mad because I locked it. And he was like, hey, can I hop in the back of your truck? I was like, sure, get in. And then I had the lock button, and he didn't like that, so that's why he's rapidly approaching. He's chasing, trying to catch up.
That was a joke. Now it's time for my Danish.
Alright, so I guess we got D&D tomorrow night. Alright, it's not very warm outside, and it's not supposed to get that way either. So it does look like I'm running out of space on my phone. I guess I'm going to have to do some editing tomorrow. Everything's going to get absolutely wild again Wednesday morning, so tomorrow's really the best. You know what, no, tomorrow evening's going to be when it gets wild again, because it'll be Dungeons and Dragons night. But as long as my kids are at school tomorrow, I'm going to have some time, and if I can just focus, I might be able to get a weekly video done. I am getting way behind. It's getting bad. Again. And a good deal of this is my frustration with the new software. Which isn't even the software that I plan to continue with, because once I got a little bit stocked away, I'm going to be getting probably Filmora or something. I've been using a different app on my phone, but I want to get switched over to this new PC that was purchased specifically for this. This is not fun. Anyway, I don't think I'm drinking enough water, so I just downed a good big glass of it, and I am done for the night. I took my medications. I've had enough today. I've had enough of a lot of things today. I did not get enough Game of Thrones today because the TV didn't want to load the HBO app. So I wound up watching an episode of season 4 of What We Do in the Shadows on Hulu. That was good. I hadn't gotten into the 4th season yet, but I did finish the 3rd, so first episode of season 4. And I had a really weird occurrence a little while ago where somebody just came up next to the house and pounded on the wall over here. I took my phone outside, turned the flashlight on. I was looking all around. There's nobody there, but the rest of my family heard it. It's not just me. It's not the stress that somebody just pounded on our wall. Why do people gotta be weird and dumb and do stuff like this just to aggravate others? I could plant cactus, I guess. Just a lot of cactus. My other neighbors over here, they have it growing through their fence, so, you know, I know prickly pear for certain. It's all over the place here, and it bears fruit, so, you know that it's not just the little nodules that turn purple, the actual fruit. You can get the really young petals of the prickly pear, and they're called nopales at that point. Alright, who am I kidding? Plants don't like me, they just shrivel up and die. Plants don't grow for me. Maybe I can get Bruce to do it. He managed to grow okra one time. Okra and tomatoes. He did good. I can't do anymore. I'm asleep. Alright, I am running out to pick up my kids because it is about that time. And today I have just been an absolute master procrastinator. So I take my kids to school, I come home, I wash dishes. I notice the bananas are just the right amount of bananas left over and the right ripeness for it, so I make banana bread. I stepped out for a little bit for this geolocation game, whichever one I'm playing this time, Atlas Earth, to go snag a piece of land, and my dad sends me an email with a link to, I guess, the Pioneer Woman on how to make baked potatoes. I don't know if he thinks I don't know how to make baked potatoes, or if it was just about trying to figure out how long it would take to make the baked potatoes. I didn't think that I was out of the kitchen often enough for him to have this as a concern, but just lately, he and I have been doing all the cooking. That's fine. I actually questioned in the email whether we had potatoes, even though this was the dinner plan. It's just an all-around weird time. And then I made some homemade lemonade. So there's homemade banana bread from scratch. There's homemade lemonade. I cheated on this. I used a bottle of lemon juice rather than the actual stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and put my special recipe over here. I may even translate it out of Freedom Units for you guys. I am really tired. But it occurs to me that I've had enough know-how on the software. I got that last video put online that really I'm slacking off. I'm going slow with this. Because we're coming up on the footage. Coming up on the footage where I start talking about a family member being in the hospital overnight. And also because I had to make a calendar for September. And I didn't want to. So the calendar is handled, and I've started on that portion of that video, that week's video. Theoretically, I could have that uploading this evening if I buckle down. But I baked the potatoes. It's a simple matter of getting the leftover barbecue sorted to go on them for chopped bakers. I've been busy. And we're supposed to have a D&D game tonight. And I think I found us a quite nasty monster. The false Hydra. Oh yeah. This is going to allow me to frame it much like the movie Dude, Where's My Car? You're a disciplinary hearing, and you don't know why. Turns out whenever this thing sings, everybody forgets. This could get bad fast. I don't know how I'm gonna cram a false Hydra into 2 hours. I may have to find an alternate memory eating bug. It's dinner time, and I've been editing a little bit, and I've been cooking a little bit. This is my special lemonade recipe. It's going fast because it's really strong. And this is how I prefer to have my chopped bakers. So it's baked potato. I bake mine with butter on the foil before I wrap it up and throw it in the oven. So the skins, which are of course thoroughly scrubbed, are absolutely tender, and it just kind of falls apart. There's plenty of butter in there, sour cream, shredded cheese, and barbecued pork on top. Usually you get chopped brisket when you get it at the barbecue place. I don't really want to talk to my kids right now, so I'm going to use that as an excuse to put on, I guess, an episode of Game of Thrones before I have to reevaluate what it is we're doing for our monster this evening for D&D, and jump on there and handle that at 7. That's my plan. Why am I rewatching this when I haven't watched all of the next season of What We Do in the Shadows? That's right, to keep my kids out of my room. I think Dungeons and Dragons went okay, considering I feel awful. The kids were not the most cooperative, and there was some difficulty, but I really threw them for a loop. There was memory loss involved in the game. That's not easy. I was able to get my software open and running, but it was going pretty slow. I gotta go to bed because I'm gonna fall over here shortly if I don't. But I've been trying to relax. I've been trying to drink my water, take my medications. My headache is really bad right now. Thankfully, because of the way we did dinner, and making baked potatoes doesn't take a lot of dishes, I actually left the kitchen cleaner than I found it this morning. That's always a win. That's less to do tomorrow. Also, it's been a while since I had baked potato that good. There's just something about buttering the foil and then taking forever to bake it. So tender. That's a really good potato. We're all in agreement. We gotta do more baked potatoes. John was impressed, and he doesn't really care for anything that might be remotely considered a vegetable. It's not a vegetable. It's dirt fruit. I promise. Like carrots. So if you look real close, unlike the prickly pear over my house, these ones actually have fruit on it. This isn't anybody's yard. I'm gonna get closer. And yeah, there's some trash in a beer bottle and stuff. I can actually get these if I brought some tongs out. This isn't cultivated. This just grows wild. I don't know what I would do with them though. I hear you can just pop them into boiling water, take them out again, and all the needles fall off. Actually, that could be fun. That could be a fun thing to do. But I'm walking around, playing my mobile games. geolocation based stuff. But it's not terribly hot out, despite being, coming up on the middle of the day. So, not too bad. But I'm almost out of diamonds in Atlas Earth, so I want to do that. And I've also got coin running in the background. Apparently that mines cryptocurrency. I don't know if I'll stick with it at all. Maybe not, but that's what's up. I got some editing done. I am nowhere near being done with that week's video, but it was a particularly rough time, and so editing it has been kind of painful. So I'm not feeling too bad about it because I am still getting something done. I'm not just sitting on it and doing nothing. However, for a little while, I'm going to be doing nothing because I'm going to be watching Game of Thrones. A rewatch. Season 1. I've seen the whole thing. I will be watching all through Season 8 again. Because honestly, the ending didn't bother me that much. I'm having lemonade because it's dinner time. We had a mishap with the smoker. The timer didn't get put back on. So this is a boneless, skinless chicken thigh with a special dry rub my dad found a recipe for. Canned green beans with bacon, salt, and butter. That's, this is completely flooded my plate, but that's pork and beans out of a little microwavable can. And bread and butter, which is super soggy now because the sauce from the beans has taken over the whole plate. Whatever. My kids are loud. There was some discussion about a Navy-based JROTC program at the high school. It turned very loud because apparently Bruce wasn't asking to sign up. He just wanted to let us know that he thought it was funny. And it's TV time. After dinner, I went out and walked around a little bit more, catching Pikachu, collecting diamonds on that Atlas Earth game. There's not a whole lot of gameplay, but it's really early. They're still developing the whole thing, so might get more fun, maybe. I have to put together a meatloaf tomorrow in the morning and run back to one of the schools at, oh gosh, 11:30, and somebody's got some fillings to do. It's gonna be another long day. The long days just keep coming, and I'm getting a little bit tired of it. So best I can do, drink some water and try to sleep. I did finish watching season 1. I just finished that a few minutes ago of Game of Thrones. So I might take a couple of days and before I start season 2. On the other hand, if I really just need to relax and TV, I'll probably do some Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That might help. That might help me relax. Oh my goodness, the day that I am having. Okay, I dropped my kids off, right? Okay, for starters, when I woke up this morning, it was 16 degrees Celsius. So, that's really mild for most folks. I totally get that. That's really mild for most folks here. However, I appear to be cold-blooded, White Walker, I don't know, I can't stay warm, whatever, I get too cold and my hands, my extremities get like really pale and have a hard time warming up again. Anyway, I was pretty sore this morning because of the temperature. That's 63 Fahrenheit, by the way. Holy crud. That's not normal. In fairness, I could have picked warmer pajamas. At least I didn't have my air conditioner running, so that helps. Pretty soon we're going to get into the kind of weather where I need the air conditioner during the day, but I also need my heater or a heating pad at night. The minute I drop my kids off, I go over to Walmart because Bruce's shoes are falling apart, so of course he has to have shoes. School makes him, I think it was walk a mile a day or something like that. It's not outrageous, but it does take a toll on shoes, especially when you buy the cheap ones because the kids go through them so fast. And they'll just spontaneously grow 5 sizes one evening just because they feel like it, I guess. I run home. I start making meatloaf so that my dad can put it in the smoker later when I have to leave the house again. This is that meatloaf, by the way. I tripled the onion and ran it through the food processor because John's chief complaint is the lumps of onion. He doesn't like that. I've got plain over here, and I've got some with bell pepper in it over here, which I clearly marked with bell pepper on the top of the loaf. I think there's 4 pounds of meat in all, because there was a small tube of turkey and a big 3-pound tube of ground beef. I do prefer it with ground pork, but this was a freebie. Buy John's favorite bottled tea and get free ground turkey, no problem. That's a good deal. Black garlic, fresh garlic. Bruce knocking on my door. Hello, I'm recording. Did you eat?
I need to steal more black paint from you.
You can do that later. Right now, I'm gonna have my dinner and I'm gonna cry.
But I need black paint. But I need black paint.
What? Why can it not wait 10 minutes?
Okay, fine.
I think the soft spot got bigger.
So anyway, I don't use breadcrumbs usually. I use Parmesan. It still absorbs a lot of the grease from the meat and kind of holds it all together. A couple of eggs. I added Worcestershire sauce. That should be interesting. The mashed potatoes are instant again, and I'm not gonna cry about it. And I've got some just honey wheat bread, not low calorie whatsoever. And this is low calorie, vitamin enhanced orange vanilla Mio, because I need to drink more water and behave myself. I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones. That'll keep my kids out. Although if Bruce comes back in a little bit, I will give him whatever black paint I have in the drawer. I had no rest today, right? Get the meatloaf set up for my dad to put in the smoker, and then boom, I'm off again, picking up one of my kids and going to the dentist. They have to handle these things in multiple visits. It's a possibility this may go from dentist to orthodontist, which is just going to add one more thing to my very busy schedule, an overloaded list of things. So we'll see how that goes. Back home, then back out again when it's time to pick up the other kid from school. So it's been a very, very busy day. Ridiculously busy. At least it wasn't too hot. I really feel like I had no time for myself until this evening. Made a few candles, mostly get the wax used up. It's container wax, which means it's got to go into a container, and I much prefer pillar or shaped kind of candles because it's more fun. Like this, restocks the oh no, the power's out emergency supply. I'm gonna get some sleep and see if tomorrow isn't any better. I'm having another one of those days where I get a late start on recording anything, not because today was particularly busy, but mostly because I was trying to be restful. I did not actually succeed in this, but I did try, which is better than not trying at all. I have not managed to get my room any more squared away. There's still a bunch of stuff that I need to sort out, particularly leather working tools and old art projects and very, very old mail. My kids took the bus in today. That worked. Wasn't too bad. I discussed their upcoming birthdays and the gifts for them with my folks. We're getting that sorted out. I washed a bunch of dishes. I had a long hot bath. And I watched a bunch of frivolous YouTube goofery. Good stuff. Then I ran out at 4 and picked up my kids. Not my most productive day, but I really needed a break. And I haven't gotten nothing done. It's been very little. I'm trying to figure out what to wear for Jan's funeral tomorrow. I don't know if it's a proper funeral or memorial service or what, but I just planned on attending, and now I'm going to be handling the camera. And it's a drop-off weekend, so I need to get everything sorted out and then get my kids to their grandpa's. It's where we usually meet up with their dad. Alright, it's dinner time. I am having a partial bottle of water I opened for a protein coffee earlier because the RO filter attached to the sink is not going so good right now. But yeah, grilled some burgers. I've got American cheese. This is on honey wheat bread, not diet, with some light Miracle Whip, just low calorie, and mustard, and some cheddar sour cream potato chips. And I guess I'm gonna watch some more How It's Actually Made because it's funny. And unlike Game of Thrones, my kids don't walk in on weird stuff, which happened yesterday evening during a discussion between Renly and Marjorie Terrell. Bruce was very confused. Yeah, that I'm like, no, you understand. Yeah, they're married, but actually her brother's his boyfriend. I'm like, you know what? If that confuses you, this show is not for you. Looks like I'm quickly running out of space on my phone, so I'm gonna have to delete some stuff too. But I did get a chunk of a week edited. I need to do one more chunk of that week before I can push the whole thing to the web, and then I can delete a whole bunch of stuff off my phone. But it's stacking up, and I need space to export the stuff, so yeah, I get it. I gotta do some stuff with this. Hopefully tomorrow morning. I did mean to stop at a grocery store on my way home, but instead I wound up going over to my brother's house. And it's like, yes, hello, lexical scoped and veggie zombie. Fun stuff. Looks like there's a collaboration in the works for just a video of the most awkward possible activity ever. And my brother said, hey, are you interested? It's like, weird stuff, yes. Yeah, absolutely, yes. Of course. Like, you can't live this close to us and not just be able to just soak in the weird and participate. So, yeah, there's that. I gotta rest up, but hopefully tomorrow morning, if I'm comfortable and relaxed and can get stuff done, I will either be sorting out my room some more, or I will be working on my videos. Both need done. We'll see what I'm capable of in the morning. It's a wait and see kind of thing. It's a little bit hot outside, so I'm going to be cranking the air conditioning here shortly. It's come to our attention that both of the monitors on John's desk don't have HDMI inputs. He's asked for a PlayStation for his birthday. I'm going to do that, but he'll want something to play it on. Now, my older son, he's got an Xbox in his room, but his monitor is actually a TV with the ability to plug a computer into it, so it's not difficult for him to. Actually, I think that might be a monitor / TV. It's hard to know if a TV is being used as a monitor, or if it's technically a monitor that also has TV functions. It gets weird. After the memorial service today, rest in peace, Jan, I've got some things to do. It looks like my brother's gonna bring my sister-in-law up to the church, and then I'm responsible for making sure she gets back to their town. All the towns are pretty close together, so no big deal. And then I at some point I need to hit a pharmacy, and I need to hit a grocery store because I'm almost out of oat milk and we're almost out of eggs. No problem. And then I'm also going to be picking up this small TV / monitor over at Best Buy, and I forgot to grab the broken tablet and netbook for recycling. Oops. But for now, we got about 40 minutes until service time, so I'm gonna go see what needs help with and work the camera as best I can for these absolutely wonderful, kind people's family to be able to view the service, because it'll be recorded. I'm all dressed up, but no makeup, because I expect I'll be having a mask on once I get inside. We're not requiring it anymore, but we have a lot of folks who are very, very elderly, and I don't want to share my germs with them in case I'm carrying something. I don't know. I think it took about 3 days between getting noticeably coughed on, standing in line for a water slide, and actually coming down hard with that virus earlier in the summer. The memorial service was very nice, although not as well attended as the last memorial service we had. So my sister-in-law, Veggie Zombie, who streams on Twitch, mostly doing fiber arts, and she's quite talented and skilled, and she's got a very calm and soothing voice, much like listening to Mr. Rogers. A lot of people say that her streams are accidental ASMR. And she will focus the camera on her hands and what she's doing, so she's not usually like seen on screen. I just dropped her off. My brother brought her up. Vehicle fun stuff all around. We stopped and picked up a TV at Best Buy that my dad ordered for John. It's a 24-inch screen, so it'll fit well on his desk and also work with his computer. We went to a smaller natural grocers type grocery store. They had a really good deal. So I tried really hard to get this Planet Oat, I think is the brand, oat milk that is 45 calories they had a 2-for-1. I have a hard time finding this stuff anywhere except this one grocery store close to my house. I found it, and it was 2-for-1. So yes, gimme. Well, that was helpful. The traffic is awful right now. I'm headed home. I couldn't stay all dressed up. I still have some jewelry to ditch and stuff, but in time. Had a good time hanging out with my sister-in-law after the memorial service. I should do that more often. As an ambivert, I occasionally take on the role of the introvert's extrovert, friend that drags them out in places. I think I'm running out of space on my phone, so I need to get to some editing. But it is dinner time. This is a little bit overcooked, but it's a cheese toasty, supposedly. But it's made with American cheese, not cheddar, and it's got ham in it, Black Forest ham. Just a little bit. Protein for balance, This is tomato and basil soup from a can, because I'm not feeling fancy today. My dad made the sandwiches. There's a long discussion of, do we want to go out to eat? Do we want some fast food? Nobody really wants to cook. Nobody's really interested in eating, so it's whatever. So we wound up with the grilled cheese sandwiches. And this is a flavored water because I'm feeling a little dehydrated. And this is the type of the Mio flavoring that has vitamins in it, and it's orange vanilla. And I'm a big fan. I think I'm going to watch some more Game of Thrones and hopefully delete some files off my phone. Old video stuff that I forgot to turn on my ring light. I got one more chunk of this 1 week of video that I need to get done. And I can get that uploaded, and that'll take off a good deal of stuff. Well, I did watch some Game of Thrones, but I started falling asleep, so I switched over to Inside Job, and then I slept through a good deal of that as well, but that's okay, because I need the rest. I really need the rest. I didn't get any editing done. That's fine. There's always tomorrow. Thanks for sharing my week with me.